How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. So in the previous episode, we were done in Tavernier. We got our little thingies. I forgot the name. But yeah, we made it back to Charlian. Had a feast with the boys. And yeah, had a good time. Sounded bell, school's in. Oh no, what is this? A level 82 weapon. Oh, there you are. Feeling refreshed, I hope? I was about to make my way to the studium, as it happens. I wanted to try to speak with Scholar Montichagni and thank him for coming to our rescue in the Rostra. As it turns out, he'd come here to see us following the hearing, only to find that we'd already departed for Tavernier. Knowing him, he was probably hoping to chew the cud with his former students. Since we're still waiting for Yustola and the others, I thought now the perfect time to pay him a visit. Care to join me? Then it's settled. The twins will be coming too. Assuming Alfie can tear himself away from his new toys, I'll let you rally the troops while I go on ahead to Phenomenon. Considering my recent impropriety, perhaps I should avoid showing my face around the studio for a time. That might be for the best. If the others should return, tell them we will not be long. Boop, 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 boop. Unlike some of the Scions, I am not an alumni of the studium. As such, I have no acquaintances there I am obliged to visit. And while I would love nothing more than to pore over the many great tomes of Phenomenon, I feel my presence there will stir up more unwanted trouble. So, for now, I will be patient, much as it pains me to do so. I'm sorry, Graha. I did it. Heading up for a stroll? The Scholarch himself was here. In that case, what are we waiting for? I too am eager to see him, though I somewhat dread the thought of visiting the studium. I dare say our notoriety precedes us. Alfino, of all people worrying about his reputation, and at our alma mater no less, will wonders never cease. You'll understand soon enough. Off we go. Cryo! We are in the slums again. Here it is, Phenomenon. While I expect you made note of it before, one can hardly miss it. This is the first time you've been here on official business, correct? While most of the space is taken up by expensive auditoriums, it also houses numerous laboratories, testing grounds for experimental magics, and a host of administrative offices and so forth. As the center of what would later become the studium, it was established to promote the study of etherological phenomena, hence the name. Though with ether being a fundamental aspect of nature, its scope expanded to include every conceivable facet of life, and even the universe itself. And then, in the 430 years of the 6th Astral Era, Phenomenon was decreed complete and the studium officially opened as a place of learning. With a long and storied history, it is without question the world's leading authority in etherology, the arcane, the occult, astromancy, and countless other fields, standing proud as Charlian's foremost educational institute. Oh my goodness. You always did enjoy giving the grand tour to new students. Boom, 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 boom. Indeed, I've long since lost track of how many times he has recited that same foppish speech. Such is his undying love for his old stamping ground. He was in top form back then, youngest to enter the studium, graduated with highest honors in magical arts and etherology, undisputed champion of the debating chamber. Hold on, you both joined the studium at the same age, yes? And from where I stand, you're equally prodigious scholars. Nice of you to say, but Alfino actually entered half a year before me. Nor did I do well enough to graduate with honors, and I am certainly not the student's most notorious, fuck that word, master debater. Masturbator? In all respects, have I ever been in his shadow? If nothing else, just remember that this was where the legend of Alfino Leveilleur began. We should expect everyone to be fully aware of our recent escapades. Hopefully, we will be somewhat more welcome here than we were at the last stand. I know better than anyone the adoration the student body has for Alfino, and with a bit of luck, it might work to our advantage. Well, there is no time like the present. And first things first, let's look for Scholark Montichang. Fuck, I don't know. Other faculty tend to frequent their offices, but unfortunately for us, he's fond of wandering wheresoever his whims take him. Let's split up and ask the students if they've seen him. Okay. Okay, we can do that. Happy to see this fucker here. He spoke to me. He actually spoke to me. I assure you, I'll tell you all about it after my business with the Scholark has concluded. The Scholark, tell me, my good fellow, does this have something to do with saving the world from catastrophe? Might we turn our attention to Master Leveilleur's graduation thesis? I too have my doubts regarding our policy of non-intervention. Is it true that your experiences overseas are the reason you have incurred in the ire of the forum? Oh, what I wouldn't give to see you butt heads with those old codgers. My god. Woo! Potato! These things were bad enough during our school days, and Alfino's time abroad has only heightened his fame. Or should that be infamy? He had his rivals and detractors, of course, though most of them gave that up after his adoring fans set upon them like ravenous dogs. Alfino, on the other hand, never paid them much notice. They were simply beneath him. Oh. That was Alfino Leveilleur, wasn't it? The Alfino Leveilleur. And he's with his sister and Master Baldessian's granddaughter. This can only mean one thing. An event of epoch-shattering proportions is fast approaching. Spread the word! Pretty much. Oh, sorry. You say you were looking for the Scholark, yes? Knowing him, he could be anywhere. But Miss Alapo should have a better idea. Miss who? I think this is the first time I see a cat with yellow hair. And not even blonde, this is yellow. Are you lost? Wandering off the street, perhaps? Wait, don't tell me. You're a trainee gleaner fresh off the guild ship. I'm right, aren't I? Oh, how silly of me. An orientation is in order. Allow me to bid you a warm welcome to the Searchers' Meet. Let me start with a question. What is the most important thing you'll find in the studio? That's right, books. And what's the second most important? Why, that's simple everything else. That's what we deal in here at Searchers Meet. Whenever the students or tutors find themselves in need of equipment or materials, they come to us. If we don't have it in our stores, we send the gleaners off to find it. Honestly, you wouldn't believe some of the requests we get. Eye of Paisa this, tongue of Giganto that. It's enough to make your hair stand on end, which is possibly what some of our students are trying to accomplish. This being a school of magic and all. As a newer gleaner, you'll have your work cut out for you, but I think you'll find it quite rewarding. The only thing I'm interested in gleaning is information for this. Excuse me, but I am no gleaner. I beg your pudding? You're not a gleaner? Then this was all an elaborate ruse? No, wait, come to think of it, you never actually claimed to be one in the first place. My mistake, exactly. He was here, but now he's not. I did speak with him shortly before you arrived, though. He said he was on his way to Maker's Meat. Go back the way you came in, and you see it on the opposite side of the entrance. It's a lab. Okay. Ha! And the time it's taking me to tell you all this, the scholar's probably already left. Best of luck finding him. I have a feeling you're gonna need it. Thank you, miss! Woo, there we go! What's up, dude? Monty Chine. What's up, baby?
Ah, I remember you.
And I remember you. What's up? Asa!
I pray we have not caught you at an inopportune moment.
I
We
hope
wanted
not.
to offer our thanks for your kind words in the forum.
Well, I could hardly let that inquisition go unchallenged. I've always believed that curiosity should be nurtured, not stifled.
Thank you.
Thankfully, a majority of my colleagues agreed. A slender majority, aye, but a majority nonetheless.
Had the vote not gone our way, we would be having a very different conversation, if any at all. Though I'd like to think you would have not given up on our cause. I'm told you paid a visit to the annex afterwards.
Yes, that's right. I was hoping to speak with the grandchildren of my dearly departed friends Galef and Louisois in a less dour setting. But it seems I just missed you.
You did, but we're back, homie.
I still can't believe how much you've grown. If only your grandsires could have seen the way you presented yourselves to the forum. Why, it fair brought a tear to my own eye. You must have the patience of a saint, putting up with this lot and their antics. Never mind Montoya's prize student.
Yes.
Luckily, I know a thing or two about managing unruly younglings. If you ever need advice, don't hesitate to ask.
If I may, there is a rather more pressing matter we wish to discuss. What can you tell us of this duty that the Forum must fulfill?
Nothing, I'm afraid. Like all humble servants of the Forum, I am sworn to secrecy. Or rather, I couldn't tell you if I tried. Our duty is of the gravest importance. Furthermore, if the particulars were made public, it would incite widespread panic. As such, those entrusted with this duty have been bound by an enchantment, which prevents us from speaking of such matters without the express permission of the Forum.
Oh, that's the reason why the guy in the forum was like choking, right?
It's been some time since I last gave a lecture. Please, take a seat.
I remember this guy in the forum was discussing or like saying something, and he started like choking. That I remember. I don't know if it's like the same thing.
We shall begin by reviewing the fundamentals of etherology. The ether, which imbues us with life, can be categorized into three forms. Two are of the incorporeal sort, the soul, and the memory. Can anyone tell me the third?
Corporeal ether.
Yes, Very good. This is the form with which the layman is most familiar. Consumed by even the simplest of daily activities, and replenished by the food and drink that sustain us, this form of ether is in constant flux. In contrast, the ether that comprises the soul is rarely subject to dramatic change. The same can be said for memory, as the two are intrinsically linked. Picture the soul as paper, and memories as words written upon it.
Welcome to the...
Now, what would happen if that paper was doused with ink? The same type of ether as comprises the memories.
It would blot out everything that was written.
Precisely. We would be unable to recall the memories, and any activities that depend upon them would be hindered as well. In fact, this exact phenomenon was observed on a vast scale not so long ago. And what might that have been?
The seventh umbral calamity. The people of Eorzea vividly recall Bahamut breaking free of the Lesser Moon and raining hellfire down upon the realm.
Yes.
But no one could seem to remember the events that followed immediately afterwards. Indeed.
To this day, we have yet to determine whether it was an unintended consequence or a deliberate act.
Made by Louisoix.
The enchantment which binds me and the rest of the Forum is based on a similar principle. And yes, it is a contravention of the Charlian prohibition against the practice of memory manipulation. Only when a new member is inducted and told of our great duty are they subjected to the process. A necessary evil. You have my word that it would never be used to manipulate the populace?
I should hope not. But can this enchantment be dispelled and your memories restored?
If 9/10 of our members give their approval, then the process may be reversed. Then, and only then, would we be able to speak freely to others of our sacred duty.
So we need, what, like 90 people?
We must wait until we return to the ethereal sea. For there we will be purified, the blots upon our souls washed clean. And our memories drift apart and dissolve, rather defeating the purpose, I suppose.
I feel like something like this is gonna happen in the game. Some of our scions are gonna start losing their memories or something.
There are those memories that are indelibly etched upon our souls, some believe.
Me. Yep.
What happens after that?
We are reduced to pure ether, coalesce with that of others, and create souls anew. Alternative schools of thought assert souls remain whole and return to the corporeal world, reborn into another form. Both theories have their proponents. Personally, I consider each equally probable.
Yep, I'm shocked because that's basically me.
I think that's enough education for today, now that I've given you some food for thought. Or rather, an entire banquet.
I've never seen my Miko so shocked.
I would remind you that although I'm unable to assist you with certain matters, the resources at my disposal may still be of use to you. I'll arrange for you all to be given the run of Phenomenon. Of course, as associate to our alumni and the students of Baldessian, this privilege is extended to you as well, my friend.
Thank you.
Oh, and I suggest you speak with Ki Aliapo.
Again?
She's well known among the artisans of Sharlayan, and her network of contacts may prove useful in your search for knowledge. I wish you all the best in your pursuits, wheresoever they may take you.
I feel like we're gonna see Aaronvale shortly. I have a feeling. So yeah, my cat was shocked that our memories are in our soul. That is so fucking interesting. You have been granted the run of the phenomenon. If you are game, some of my earliest memories are of Scholar Montyshine. He actually was a girlfriend of my grandfather. He would come for tea and amaze us with his tricks, much like his demonstration with the paper and ink. He's a huge part of why I wanted to enter the studio in the first place. While he's best known for his role as head of the studio, he is said to be one of the finest mages Sharlayan has ever produced. Having seen for myself with the ease with which he weaves extraordinarily complex and powerful magics. Oh my god, I have no reason to dump the claim. Oh my god, I was losing my breath. Oh, new armor, a capital idea. Well, that's given me much to mull over. I feel as though we're one step closer to understanding the form's true motives and the mysteries of life itself, for good measure. It's funny, I came here with the intent of expressing my gratitude, only to leave more indebted than before. I have a feeling his friendship and support will be a great boon to us in days to come. And on that note, let's get back to the annex. Perhaps on the way, you could better acquaint yourself with Ki Aliapo, as the scholar suggested. Nah. We can do that later. They're not back. You better not let your guard down around Ki. One small favor becomes another, then another, and before you know it, you'll be running to the other side of the world in search of a bottle of wine or some other rubbish. Then again, it might make for a welcome change of pace from your usual heroics. Graha. Anything new, baby? Ah, welcome back. From what I hear, your trip to the studio proved most educational. While you were away, I received word from our fellow scions. As expected, news of the warding scales was met with much joy. Preparations are now underway to bring the leadership of the Grand Company of Eorsia and the Eastern Alliance together to determine a way forward. Our friends have asked that we bring the scales in our possession to Lim Salomensa. So the time has come for us to go on the offensive. It's too early to say for certain, but that does seem to be the way the winds are blowing. I, for one, can think of no reason to oppose such a plan, but let us see what awaits us in Vilbrand. Let's start by getting the scales out of storage. Give me a hand, will you, Justinian? So we are to go to Limsa. One of those boxes is as big as cryo. I didn't realize these crates were so heavy. I shouldn't complain though. Ritra and the alchemists of the great work put their heart and soul into each and every one of these scales, so you must treat them with the utmost care. Are you not coming with us? As much as I would like to escape the forum's watchful gaze, I have little choice but to stay behind. We are already on thin ice, and if in my capacity as our official representative were found to be consorting with foreign powers, well, you can imagine how that will go. I shall remain here and do my utmost to avoid ruffling any more feathers as I wait word from Master Matoya and our other allies. With luck, we will soon have good news of our own to share. Boom. The tide is about to turn. I can feel it. To Limsa Lumensa. Let's go to Limsa Lumensa, baby! To baby. Let me in! My apologies for calling you away from Charlian at such a short notice. All three are here. Nice. Where's Reese? My apologies. On the contrary, we are honored and grateful and pleasantly surprised to be joined by such esteemed company. I am surprised actually that we are in Limsa and we are not in Gridania, because we are usually going to Gridania. Kanasena, I missed you, babe, so much. 'Twas only right that this discussion be conducted in person. Did they nerf her booba? We are locked in a war of attrition. Our forces struggle to contain the threat posed by the towers, and it is only a matter of time before we are overwhelmed. Victory will only be claimed through decisive action, and we have taken the initiative to set the wheels in motion. It is reassuring to learn we are all in accord. But might I ask what your plan entails? It hinges entirely on the warding skills and our ability to utilize their potential to the fullest. Wait, hello? During your time in Charlian, the allied nations have been engaged on separate fronts with no end in sight. To make matters worse, a surge in abductions of kobolds, Sahagins, Ixal, and Ananta have given rise to an increasing number of primals as well. While your triumph in rats at hand has given us cause to hope once more. The time has come to free ourselves of this menace. And it is you, the scions of the Seventh Dawn, who have shown us the way. While the bulk of our forces will continue to hold the Telophoroi at bay, we will dispatch our finest to strike at the enemy's heart, Garlemald. These brave few will be the Ilsabar contingent. Oh shit, so we are going! To think such progress has been made in so short a span. Its objectives are twofold. The first is to provide aid to the people of Garlemald. As previously reported, countless Imperial soldiers and civilians have been tempered. Robbed of their free will, they serve the Telophoroi's every whim without question. They too are victims. It is our duty to deliver them from their suffering, not for strategic or political gain, but because it is the right thing to do. I do not ask that we set aside the decades of conflict and conquest, that we simply choose to forgive and forget. I only ask that in choosing to remember, we do not also forsake our compassion and morality, For without that, there can be no reconciliation, only death without end. Aye, on that we can all agree. Our second objective is the colossal tower that Tancred and Urianger observed in the capital. Oh god, I can already see this is gonna be our second dungeon. Though its purpose remains unclear, there is reason to believe the smaller spires are merely a precursor of what's yet to come. Until the Tower of Sot was toppled, we failed to make any headway, though the same could be said of the Telophoroi. They are certainly in no rush to press further into our lands. I'd wager the spire's primary purpose is to divide and keep us occupied, while they work towards our annihilation. This would appear to be substantiated by Ystola's analysis of the tower's influence on ethereal currents. Based on her observations inside the Tower of Sot, the spires siphon ether from the lands, consuming it to maintain their form. However, they draw forth far more than is required for this task alone. The excess of ether remains unaccounted for, but we can be sure it is not being harnessed for our benefit. Of course not. It wouldn't surprise me in the least if it was being redirected to the larger spire in the capital. There's a logic in that. Regardless, once we have uncovered the truth, we will bring their schemes crashing down, along with their infernal towers. That's all well and good, but what will you have us do? I assume it's more than handing over the skills and being on our way. Dude, I feel like they nerfed Kanesena's Booba. I am so sorry to say that in the middle of like such an important scene, but I feel like they did. We want you and your skills to join Ilsabar contingent. Consider it an official request from both the Grand Company of Eorzea and the Eastern Alliance. Do you accept? Oh shit, so we're gonna go to Garlemald already? We're gonna go to Garlemald already? What? What? Oh! No wonder the camera's looking weird. I forgot to turn on my other light. Perhaps you should be the one to answer that. No. Where's my no? Oh my god, what do you pick? And for honor and glory, like we don't really care about honor and glory, right? For the people of Garlemald, fuck them. For revenge against the Telophor, fuck it. Couldn't have put it better myself. Ystola, Tancred, and Urianger have already pledged their support and are on their way to meet the rest of the contingent. They were positive you would come to the same decision as they did. Luckily for all involved, their prediction was correct. Once you have delivered the warding skills to Al Amigo, the contingent will embark on its journey to Ilsabard. Rauban and Lord Emmerich are overseeing preparations, so I suggest you make yourself known upon arrival. Let's go! Pack warming clothes, furs and the like. Without it, the cold will do you in before the Telophoroi so much as draw steel. As for us, we'll keep the enemy busy while you're gone. They're not the only ones who can create a diversion. Now go, safe in the knowledge Eorzea will be as you left it, or better, upon your return. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Oh my god, let's go, dude. I didn't know we were gonna go to Garlemald this early. Do you know what I'm worried though? All the dungeons are gonna be just the towers, right? Because I have a feeling the tower, like our next dungeon is gonna be another tower, right? Like the tower in Garlemald. Oh wait, where's my camera? Rauban, I missed you, bitch. Ah, the Wanderers return. You've been busy bringing down a tower and producing the keys to destroying the rest of them. You should be proud. Those warding skills of yours are what's made this whole venture possible. Will you and Lord Emmerich be leading the contingent? Regrettably, no. Our role is to organize the various delegations into a cohesive unit. Once we have seen you all off, it's back to our respective posts. We dare not neglect our duties for too long, lest our offensive efforts fall into disarray. And just between us, there was a fair amount of opposition to the formation of our contingent. The very suggestion that we send out some of our finest troops behind enemy lines to render aid unto the Guardians has made me rather unpopular in certain quarters. Can't please them all. Sadly not, though I do my best. Truth be told, I'd much rather be at your side, charging into the fray. Alas, I have battles of my own to fight, where words may serve me better than any blade. True. I hate to say it, but Lord Emmerich's struggles mirror my own. For the time being, the best we can offer you is the peace of mind from knowing Eorzea is in safe hands. As you fight the good fight in Ilsabard, I, and the other commanders will do what we can to convince the naysayers that our cause is just. Thank you, both of you. We meet again. Fordola? Ooh, Gaius and Maxima! Much has occurred since we parted ways in the world. From what I gather, the protective talismans you obtained led to the formation of this extraordinary force. My contribution on this occasion is but a minor one, that being the information I have shared with Maxima. For the sake of the people of Garlemald, may the fates be on your side. So you're not coming with us. Wait, you're not coming? Fuck! Strange, I thought you'd have a stake in this. I do. The Telophoroi have laid waste to my homeland and saved my people. But though every mode of my being cries for vengeance, I cannot be the one to deliver it. My presence alone would place the entire mission in jeopardy. I stand accused of murdering Emperor Varys. Oh, that's right, I forgot about that. I'm plunging Garlemald into chaos. Were I to travel with the Ilsabard contingent, it would give my countrymen ample cause to question our motives. I completely forgot about that, man. Conversely, those who believe me innocent may instead celebrate the return of our former legatus and attempt to raise me to a position of leadership, further destabilizing the region and complicating the contingent's mission. Whether I am branded a villain or hailed as a hero, I would only hinder your efforts. We will deliver your people from harm. I have a new appreciation for Gaius after the weapon questline. That was the sorrow of Werlit. That was amazing. You and your comrades have the strength and courage to deliver my countrymen. I am certain of it. In light of Gaius' rather unique circumstances, I instead will assume the role of your guide. Though I may have deflected for political reasons, my love for Garlemald endures. I will stop at nothing to protect her and her people. Well said. Might I ask you to escort our friends inside? You might even bump into an old acquaintance or two. And if I don't see you again before you depart, may the Fury guide and protect you. All of you. That's cool! I wonder if Lisa's gonna come. Well, I will make her come. I mean... yeah. Yeah. Ooh, present! Oh, are we gonna get like a coat or something? The other members of the Ilsabard contingent are gathered in the royal palace. I shall inform them of your arrival, so please make your way inside as soon as you're ready. Yeah, I wonder. Ah, the remaining members of the Scions. Woo! I wonder if Lisa's gonna come with us. I am such a fucking coomer, dude. This is definitely
By the 12.
Who's coming? Let's go! Lise! The kiddos! Oh, Pippin!
Glad you could join us. I hope you don't mind, but we went ahead and started without you.
Let's go, baby!
As you can imagine, our travelling companions were eager to become acquainted. 'Tis a rare thing indeed to see such a diverse and talented group of individuals assembled for a single purpose.
I like that Pippin is with us.
We fight not only for the sake of Eorzea, but for the entire world, including the people of Garlemald. Much rides on the efforts of the Ilzabard contingent.
Who the fuck is that big guy?
Indeed, which is why I am glad to find myself in the company of many trusted comrades.
Let's
included.
go! Lucia! Does she have like a change of armor?
I have come at the behest of Lord Emmerich, who has honoured me with the role of Ishgard's representative. And for the good of all nations, not least my former homeland, I am determined to see this mission through to its end.
Let's go, baby girl.
We have a hard road ahead of us, but walk it we shall, together.
We too welcome this opportunity to work together once more. I have faith that if there is a way to resolve this conflict, we will find it.
I am so fucking
Allow me to
excited,
introduce you
dude.
to the rest of our company.
Let's go, Lucia.
Everyone! If I may have your attention.
Wait, so she's the leader of the contingent? What the fuck? Oh, Lise. Everybody hates Lise. I fucking love Lise. I don't remember the name of the kid from Gridania.
Might I ask you to speak first?
He's the brother of Kanesina.
If I must,
Arun Senna.
I am Arun Senna, spokesman for the Gridanian delegation, here on behalf of my esteemed sister, the Elder Seedseer.
Yeah.
We shall provide support and protection to those in need during our time in Garlemald.
He's the one that teaches you White Mage.
To that end, I am joined by healers selected by the Conjurers Guild, with the Order of the Twin Adder's Finest serving as our escort.
Let's go.
Of course, with an experienced white mage such as yourself accompanying us as well, those requiring more involved treatment will be in safe hands.
Oh my god, I love that he acknowledges.
Sends our regards, by the way.
I love that he acknowledges that I'm a white mage too. Wait. Oh my god, that is amazing.
Suppose I'd better say my piece.
Sicard. Oh, he's the guy from...
Wait, I know you.
From Limsa, right?
The name's Sicard, in case you've forgotten. Truth be told, I'd rather you had forgotten. Any road, the Admiral asked Captain Hilfear to send his best, and for whatever reason, he picked me.
Let's go!
Of course,
the guy that wanted to
refused, I'll be the laughing stock
being
of bloody
a
executioners, and my reputation's taken enough of the keyhauling as it is. But more importantly, like any pirate worth his salt, I know when you're staring down a storm, you gotta trust in the commander of your ship.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let's go.
So if the Admiral wants us to go to Garlemald, not for plunder and glory, but a promise of peace in our time, then that's what we'll do.
Hell yeah, baby.
Since we all know how much the Empire loves its steel, we thought we'd bring along a few smiths to make the most of it. Give them a pile of scrap and they'll cobble together anything you fancy. Of course, just like the Gridanians, we got fighters of our own. We might have come with a more constructive purpose in mind, but we're more than capable of cracking skulls, believe you me.
Hell yeah.
Well, you're certainly raring to go. But then again, so are we.
You are such a babe, Liz.
The most dependable warriors of Uldar and Alamigo have assembled at the Sultana and General Aldin's behest.
Pippin! Black mages.
If Garlemald has truly fallen, then the whole place is likely to be crawling with Telophoroi. We'll need plenty of troops to clear and hold a path for others to follow. That's where we come in. Naturally, Marshal Tarapin and I will be leading from the front.
It's been some time since I last saw you in your element on the battlefield.
I know.
From what I've heard, you've become pretty fearsome yourself. Master Matoya, the avatar of destruction.
She's so pretty, dude.
With comrades like these, I know we'll succeed, no matter what awaits us. And then we might finally get a chance to enjoy a good long rest. But until then, let's give it our all.
We're not gonna have people from...
As for Ishgard, we Temple Knights have come in force to uphold our nation's commitment to the peace and welfare of our allies.
Let's go.
The bitter cold of Garlemald is a formidable enemy in of itself. Our experience fighting in ice and snow will prove invaluable in the days ahead. Accordingly, I have been designated commander of the Ilzabad contingent. I will do all in my power to provide you with the leadership and guidance you require.
I mean, she's the one most experienced. We don't have anybody from Doma?
The four high houses, House Hylinart foremost among them, have arranged for a host of machinists to join us on our mission. Their knowledge of Imperial Magitech is sure to be a great boon. They will address any problems of a technical nature, together with the smiths of Limpsa Lomitsa.
Dude, I'm getting chills.
There
this is so dope.
Another awaiting introduction.
Oh, this little prick!
Lord Emanolaine!
He's coming with us?
Emanolaine de Forton, at your service. Though, lest there be any misunderstanding, I should stress that I've not become a fearsome warrior while you were away. Rather, far from it, actually. My brother, in his infinite wisdom, decided this would be an excellent chance to make something of myself. Oh, and fight for world peace and all that. But, should the opportunity arise for a spot of ballroom dancing, I will be your twinkle-toed gentleman of light.
My God. I don't hate him anymore.
Huzzah! I cannot wait to regale Honohua with my tales of derring-do.
I believe that concludes introductions for the Grand Company of Eorzea. Our allies from the Eastern Alliance were due to arrive some time ago, but it would appear they have been delayed.
Oh no.
Would that be the shinobi of Doma?
Actually, they've been tasked with relaying messages back and forth between the various Eastern nations. According to Lord Hien, however, an equally capable company of warriors has been sent in their stead.
Oh, samurai?
Out of my way, you preening fool!
Oh, I know. I fucking knew it. Let's go. Let's go, dude. Magni and Sadu.
Forgive us for
and our
coming
girl
late.
Selena.
We are the delegates of the Eastern Alliance.
Even from Bosnia, fuck yeah.
Cyrena.
Oh my God.
And you've brought company.
A lot. I am so happy.
For battle and blood we come, as a step is sorely lacking in both. No towers befoul our lands, so we marched on those of Doma, only to find them beyond our reach. But now our thirst for slaughter will be slaked.
Magnus
No
like,
quarter
fuck.
to the enemy!
Sadu Hatun, no.
We go to make peace with the Iron Men, not war.
I love seeing
Warriors
that.
of the Steppe, we've heard many tales of your bravery. We welcome you as allies. And these other ones you have brought are...
Members of the Dalmascan resistance group, Lente's Tears.
Yes, Boba!
And the Bosnian resistance.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Between them, they have a wealth of experience in espionage, and are particularly adept at infiltrating Imperial facilities. Which is fortuitous, since Garlemald's domain is so vast that I could never hope to handle reconnaissance duties all by myself.
I fucking love you, Tancred. I want to kiss you right now.
Dalmasca, Bosnia, Alamigo. All lands which have suffered the tyranny of the Empire. I would never presume to question your motives. Nevertheless, I must reiterate that our goal is to aid the victims of the Telophoroi, the common folk of Garlemald. And they are victims, make no mistake, though I understand that many may struggle to see them as such.
You're more right than you know. For every one of us that answered the call, there were a dozen that refused. Not only in Alamigo, but everywhere we went. And who could blame them? The Empire's always been the enemy. But after seeing what we've seen, fighting and working against and with Garleans, there's no denying the simple truth. They're just people. No different from you or I. They've got their share of liars and murderers, but so do we. So do we all. Fordola, who once swore herself to Garlemald, has proven herself a trusted ally time and time again. Every Eorzean here knows Cid Garland, the Imperial defector who shared with us countless technological wonders. Gaius bloody Baelsar himself is working to help rebuild Wurlit, a nation he once conquered.
Yeah.
So you can believe me when I say that every fighter here understands and accepts that the Imperials are not monsters and are deserving of help. Or at least that they were able to put aside their feelings for the greater good.
Maxima.
It won't be easy.
Lucia.
But we're all determined to make this world a better place.
Dude, this was so good.
What lingering concerns I may have had were clearly unwarranted. I agree with everything you said wholeheartedly.
Fuck me, dude.
Then we are in accord. Now, let us review our strategy. To reach the Garlean capital in northern Ilsabard, we must cross the central mountain range. Fortunately, Garlund Ironworks can provide aerial transport, sparing us this most treacherous part of our journey. However, attempting to fly any closer to Garlemald would attract the attention of the Telophoroi. As they appear to have seized control of the majority of the Imperial military, we must assume that includes its fleet. In addition, Garlemald possesses devices that can interfere with airship navigational systems, further discouraging an airborne approach.
So,
given the circumstances, the closest we dare deploy our contingent is an area between the range and the capital, the Magna Glaciers. From there, we must travel the rest of the way on foot. We will also need to bring the airships with us to ensure we can withdraw with haste. Although much of the terrain will be blanketed in snow, we should be able to make use of local roads and shipping facilities. The vast ice field will afford us an unobstructed view of the surrounding area. On the other hand, it will also allow others to easily spot us, so it is imperative that we only make camp in positions where we can easily defend ourselves. And the airships, which must be kept safe at all costs.
Gotcha.
We cannot account for every possibility, so we must be prepared to think on our feet. We will be tested. Sorely tested, I expect. But for our homes and for our people, and a people not our own but in need, we will succeed. spare no effort in your preparations. Once we depart, there is no turning back.
Oh my god, dude. Dude, I'm so happy Sirina's here. Sirina, Sadu, and Magni. It's Magni, no? Magni, where the fuck are you? Magni. Wasn't it Magni? I don't know, but I love Sirina so much. I am glad to see you well, Ria. Grandmother was worried for you. The night I agreed to come hither and join the contingent, the gods sent her a strange dream. 2 suns, one burning red, the other frozen black. Closer they circled, closer and closer, and as they danced the world fell to ruin. In blinding chaos she spied blackened silhouettes and knew at once that one was yours. Yet we knew not how to interpret this dream, save as a sign that greater danger awaits. But whatever lies ahead, I will walk with you, traveler. No. What's up, baby? I missed you, you know. I did miss you indeed. It seems so long ago we were sailing across the Ruby Sea and charging about the Azim Steppe with Sirenia and the others. I say we are overdue for another adventure. It brings back memories to see so many familiar faces. We've been through so much together, good times and not so good. I expect Garlemald will be mostly the latter, but I'd like to believe we'll look back on these days more fondly in the years to come. But for that to happen, we'll have to make it out of this alive. Don't you die on me, aye? Besides the delegates assembled, here, the Amalja and several other tribes offered to send troops of their own. Unfortunately, due to their physiology, many would struggle simply to survive in the harsh climate of Isambard. They would also likely prove tempting targets for abduction by the Telephoroi. True. All things considered, they can better aid the cause by bolstering our defenses in Eorzea, though their eagerness to do more has been noted. We few shall have to suffice. Before we embark, we must distribute the warding scales to our comrades. Care to do the honors? Lucia, here you go. Warding scales for the Guardian delegation, I take it? Here you go. Many thanks. These talismans may prove to be the deciding factor in the battles to come. I find myself conflicted by this foray into Garlemald, sent by the Empire to infiltrate Ishgard, only to throw in my lot with those whose secrets I was supposed to be stealing. And now I lead a mission to save the countrymen I betrayed. But that is doubtless why I was chosen by Lord Emmerich. He would have me put my extensive knowledge and former ties to good use. I will not disappoint him. For the future of Ishgard, Garlemald, and the world at large, I will lead us to victory. Yes, you will. Please. That a set of warding scales I spy? Not that I would know what they look like. Here you go, baby. Wow, look at these. Even a layman like me can tell they're bursting with ether. All the better to fend off the tempering waves. Is that the right term? Anyway, this will give us one less thing to worry about, which just leaves the other mountain of whatever else is waiting for us in Garlemald. Only one way to find out, eh? And nervous or not, I've marched through all 7 hills if it gave me the chance to put Xenos back in the grave. Oh, he belongs. True. Sicard, what's up, baby? I hear you got something for us. Here you go. The skills everyone's been talking about. Pretty little things, ain't they? Reckon they'll be worth a gill or two when this is all over, but we'll hold on to them for now. And one more thing. I know you're all thinking, why don't they send Ains and that guy? Bugger if I know. All the Admiral and Captain Hill. Okay. Scott, what's up? You're my brother-in-law. Yes? So these are the famed warning skills? Enough for me and my men, I see. I myself am especially grateful for this opportunity to visit distant lands. I wish to follow in the footsteps of Master Atowa and learn all there is to learn of this star we call home. Indeed, that is the primary reason I volunteered to join the expedition, to journey outside of the 12th Wood, much less enter into Imperial territory. It is a rare privilege afforded by the Paja. Not that I'm tagging along to see the sights. The Guardian will benefit from my healing magics, as would our comrades, should fighting break out. Yeah, mine too. And my baby girl, Serena. We heard it would be cold in Garlemald, so we came prepared. Here you go. Oh, the talismans. We were to keep these cold at all times, yes? I will see that no one misplaces theirs. Before I forget, I have a message from Hien. In distant lands, in times of strife, together stand, together fight. In darkness shines the light of life. I hope I have done his words justice. Doma, like much of Othard, has been plagued by the towers, yet while he couldn't be here, he wished to express his shared conviction. He and Yugiri labor without rest to unite the people, and with their aid will we keep the enemy at bay. And we of the steppe and the Eastern Alliance will repay their efforts by ending this war. Let's go. Who's missing? Oh, Maxima. Do you have a warning skill for me too? Yes, sir. That's one. You are huge. Thanks for this, and for going to such incredible lengths for the sake of my people. Though I have little to offer in return, I would impart some advice, if I may. You have been told by many to wear the Cult of Isabard, and I cannot stress enough that this is no token warning. I will be distributing specially made warming tinctures, courtesy of the Alchemist Guild, but understand that they are no substitute for proper protection. I leave the provisioning of said protection to your discretion. Now let us proceed to a landing quarter. While you make your final preparations, I will have the pilots ready with the airships. What? My mouth is getting tired. Graha! Since my revival, I've been lax in expanding my limited wardrobe. Think we have time for a quick trip back to Orshalian? I recall a rather fetching coat. Fuck off. No. Preparations. I've got my armor and my lance. What more could I need? If you have anything you still need to take care of, you'd better see to it now, baby. This coat is quite warm, but I have something rather thicker for occasions like these. There's no telling how long we'll be out in the open, and we can't go starting fires willy-nilly if we want to avoid detection. Concoctions to fortify the flesh against wind and cold are commonly sold in the Oldan markets, though they are of dubious provenance and efficacy. Efficacy? What? Tis said, however, that in recent days the Alchemist Guild has produced a tincture capable of such a feat. May have the alchemist. Okay. Yustola. It's something of a constant refrain that we inquire warmer clothing. My present garb may be lacking for what? Fur collar notwithstanding. What? I don't know, but I'm getting tired of reading, dude. My mouth is getting tired. This is our last chance to make ready before we set forth. You needn't worry about Ranger and I. We still have what we wore in Garlemald before. Estinian claims to be quite warm and toasty beneath his armor, and since he spent a fair bit of time up north recently, I have no reason to doubt his words. Most of the others will be borrowing Grand Company stock. The rest of you could do otherwise, likewise, I suppose, provided you're not overly concerned with style. Not to put too fine a point on it, but I wouldn't be seen dead in one of those ridiculous overcoats. If only I had time to find something to my liking. Hark! Is that the cry of science in need of a tailor I hear? Hark. Who says hark? Oh! Tataru! Oh, I completely forgot about her. But how? I have my ways. Oh yes, indeed. You thought you could sneak off to Ilsabar without telling me? Is she coming with us? Nothing escapes my notice. Oh, potato! Now, you will wear these garments I've made for you, whether you like it or not. You never cease to amaze. But why do you need a new outfit as well? Wait, are you coming with us? What? No, of course not, silly. It's all in the name of fashion. Rather, the pursuit of highest quality fashion. Besides, how can I expect others to wear my creations if I never worn them myself? Are you not coming with us? Ah, I did have one other thing to share. Argmus and Bulomida. Who are those? They'll be staying at the Racing Stones for a while to keep an eye on events throughout Eorzea. Since they'll be running things back at the headquarters, I was wondering if I could lend a hand in Charlian. Oh, why not? You keep cryo company in the Baldician Annex. Yes, we'd love to have you there. And I heard those two did a fine job carrying out... Oh, okay, I remember who they are. While we were laying comatose with them in charge of the Racing Stones, we have nothing to worry about. Okay, I know who they are. My thoughts exactly. Also, I'm confident you won't go collapsing again because a certain someone who shall remain nameless isn't in a position to transport your souls to another world. If anything similarly disastrous were to happen, I'll be well positioned to do something about it. Anyway, I've got a few things to take care of, and then I'll make my way to Charlian. I really do hope these new clothes are enough to keep you warm in Garlemald. It's not much, but it's the only thing I can do for you, other than pray for your safe return, which I will, every day. Let's not keep the contingent waiting any longer. Here are your winter woolies, handcrafted by yours truly. Let's go, dude. And of course, we have to make it white whenever we have the chance. Boop, 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 boop. Pow, 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 pow. I am so happy. I look super cozy, dude. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. This was an amazing episode. I didn't expect this episode to be this good. It was. But yeah, thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys next time on the next episode of Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Peace out.